Hey everybody, here's the newest project. It's a father-son project. My son Nathan and I are doing. Right now he's welding the floors in and doing a pretty good job at it.
I'll show this side, show the other side.
Yeah, I will. He's welding all the floors in.
This is the crappy side.
And he wants me to show the other side. He says that's the good side. Of course, it's a rat rod, so it can't be perfect, but anyways. Yeah, we're welding everything in. And he's going to build this as a gasser. So anyways, here's the trunk. These floors, we got to finish welding them in. But it's a pretty nice body, actually. Pretty good indeed. And Nate's over there working on the front. It's a good body. Solid where it needs to be. And there's the top. It still has the hole in the top too. It's not been filled in yet. So, alright. Hey everybody. We're working on the rat rod, the 35 Ford Coupe 5-window rat rod. So just got done cutting the frame out of it. You can see right here, this part of the frame is not too good. This is a 40 frame. It's a 40 truck frame. Real good shape. You come along here, this frame is in really good shape up through here. So we're going to use this front section back to where I cut it at. And you can see in there, it's all real nice. I inspected it, really looked at it close. So it's really nice. So we just I just got done cutting this. We got the floors all welded in. I gotta put the cross braces in now for the trunk. I got some 1x1 square tubing. We're gonna put those in and then weld some of the bottom of the trunk too, and the floor pan weld on the bottom some. But she's setting real good right now. And you can see we got good floor in it, and all this here is this is all gonna come out of here, and it's gonna stay out of here. Look at here, somebody put an I-beam back here. Back in the day, who knows when, you know. But this cross member right here and the spring in the rear end is all still good. This is all good stuff. It's a 40. It's got hydraulic brakes on it. If anybody's interested in that, let me know. It's all stock original. It's never been tampered with. It's never been anything. And it rolls real good. The rear end's nice and loose. And it's even got the speedometer piece up at the end of the torque tube there. I guess that's what you call them. But you can see right here, this frame was not too good. But we got her. Hey everybody. Been working on the old coupe, the rat rod. So today, Nate and I, we put in this piece of 2x5. We run it down the inside of the frame because we had to cut the frame because the back of it was no good. So we cut it. I did that a few days ago. So then we took and drilled all these holes down through here, as you can see. And we're going to plug weld all those. I think we're going to go up to right here. So we're going to plug weld them up to there, and then we're going to take and drill holes on the lips underneath and up on the top when we pull the body, and do the same thing. And then we're going to weld the lips solid to the tubing. So it should make a pretty good setup. And then I got the trunk done. I added some pieces to the trunk to stiffen it all up. As you can see, I put the cross members in, then I added those pieces to stiffen it up. It's probably 3 times thicker than sheet metal. It's probably 1/16 of an inch or somewhere around in there. So I did all that, and Then I took and welded the sides right here. Took and welded all the sides. So this thing is really stout in the back end. Anybody knows anything about these old coupes, these 35s and 6s, they have no inner structure on the inside of them. So all they are is just the outside sheet metal basically, with a little this and that tacked here and there for some special purpose, you know. So, and I've got the floor pretty much flat now. I got to take and weld where each of these tacks are at. I got to take and weld it an inch or so, and then maybe go on the other side and do a little bit. But that's one by one steel tubing. I think that's a little less than 1/16 of an inch. So she's coming along, and it's going to be a stout car when we're done, because he's going to put a 4BT Cummins diesel in it. So the frame has got to be stout. So the weak part of these frames are in between where the X ties back into the frame. So we stiffened that right up with a piece of 2x5 1/8" thick steel rectangular tubing. So she's going to be pretty stout. And then we're going to box up to where the frame right here where the X comes back in here. We're going to box it clear back to where the tubing is, and that should make for a pretty good decent frame, and it's going to be heavy duty. And then we also bought a Ford 9" for it, and let me go back here, I'll show you that. We bought a Ford 9" and a straight axle out of a 64 Ford half-ton pickup truck. So, and it's a 3:23 ratio. So right here's the rear end. There's my wife's gardening stuff. Right there it's a 9". That's a 64 9". And then there's the front end, front axle. It's a gasser style setup. So we bought those up there by I think it's Lebanon, Indiana, which is just up above Indianapolis. We went last week or two ago and got all that. So, but anyways, okay. So now Nate's started welding up the side frame. That tubing in the frame there. He's welding that up right now, and it's looking pretty good. Let me look at it, Nate. Can't really see nothing. But there's what we're going to do all the way down through there. So anyways, I'll be back. Okay, so Nate's finishing up the stitch welds on the floor. He's tacking all of it together, doing a little inch or so welds on it. Yep, that's shoring that up, and then we're gonna take and pull that frame rail back over a little bit so we can get the body mount holes back lined up, and then we'll be looking good. Alright, that's enough for now. I'll be back. So hey everybody, I'm back, and this is today's work. Nate, he came in here, he welded that piece of 2x5 to this frame rail. Comes out right here. We got the new part of the rear of the frame. We got that all in. That's all 2x4 steel tubing, and that goes all the way back. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it goes, yeah, back there's the end of it. So that's what happened today, and we got all the trunk. All the trunk is, we got all the welds in for the, and then you can see a good shot right here. You can see a good shot of that, how that works. And it's going to turn out nice. And then he welded the bottom lip. And then on this X frame part, the X part, we're going to take and plate that and you know, transition that into that main frame rail, that 2x5. So it should turn out pretty good. I think this is this project come along real good, and it's going to be stout back here. I'm going to tell you that. If he wants to do a wheelie, I don't know if diesels do wheelies, but if he wants to do a wheelie, this. Now another thing we're going to do is on the bottom right there. We're going to take and run a 45 piece up through there to give that real strength, because when we do that, there's no way you ever bend that frame. It just, I mean, you'd have to drop a lot of weight on it or something. I don't know. Here's Nate. We're welding the driver's side now. The main piece of 2x5 going down through there, and it's going real good this morning. This is about day 3 or 4. I don't even remember. But it's going real good. Everything's working out. It's going to be, we got the spring leaves for it, and we got the 9-inch Ford rear end. So we're going to try to get all the frame tacked up today, then I'll weld it tomorrow. And then next time Nate comes over, we'll put the rear end in it, and the 9-inch and the spring leaves. He's got to go see it work if he can get some material to make a spring bracket. So, all right, okay, that's all for now. Busy at it. All right. Okay, so Nate's welding the bottom lip of the frame to the 2x5 tubing right now. We're getting that all situated up, and that's looking good. And then we got all the holes that we drilled. Those are all done, and the frame tube is looking pretty good, nice and straight, as you can see. So yeah, that's coming right along. We're going to have this thing under wheels before too long. All right, talk at you later. Nate's taking a break. He must be tired. Or he's done. Are you done, Nate?
For right now.
For right now? Why, what do you got to do?
No, just all the way, just except for the stack stand though.
Oh, that's right, we got to move those. Yeah,
We
okay.
can get that, like he says, later.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Because we got it blocked up pretty good, and it's pretty straight, actually, on the trailer. It's square on the trailer to the deck, so that's what we want. But it doesn't matter. We're building the frame to the car body, so as long as our measurements are right, we'll be fine. Okay, we got to get busy. We'll come back. Nate's cutting the piece for, this is the next piece that goes on the frame. Cutting that out. He's putting the notch in it. That's this piece right here. This piece right here. Right. That's what Nate's doing. He's cutting that piece. So, all right, we'll be back.